Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. My name is Jeff. In a previous video, you saw me driving 9 hours to Webster City, Iowa to pick up 110 baby chicks and then driving them back home. It was more like 10 and a half hours on the road because of stopping and stuff, but it was 580 miles each way. And so, yeah, now I've got them home. They've been home for about a week, and let's do an update and some plans coming up for them. We are out here at my metal shed, and this was one of the first things I brought in because when you're living in a tiny house, you do not have much storage at all. That's a 12 by 40, and if that's the good luck if that's the only thing you have. So I was fortunate enough to find this locally and cheap and paid cash and got a bigger discount. So I am using this for now as my brooder. And oh yeah, let's take a quick pause here. That's a garage ready freezer. I bought that brand new. Why did I buy that brand new? Let's take a look at a couple pictures. Yeah, that thing filled up in a hurry. I bought a side of beef from VW Family Farm. Link down below. So yeah, VW Family Farm. I've been out to their place several times, and I've traded baby chicks for meat that they raise, and they just do everything. Go check out VW Family Farm. Just an awesome family with an awesome farm. They have actually added a farm store to their property. They're not open, everyday grocery store hours or a couple days a week within certain hours, but you can go find out all that information. But yeah, they offered sides of beef, and I jumped on one. So yeah, that's an update. All right, now back to the baby chicks. Yes, for now, this is where I'm raising the baby chicks. Depending on what time of the year, but they need a few weeks where they need some heat, and but they don't need a ton of space. So I have gotten 3 of these water troughs, cattle troughs, where I am raising baby chicks. Not a lot of light in here. So what do we have down here? We have the speckled Sussex. And the black ones are black copper Marans females. Speckled Sussex are both boys and girls, but the Marans are supposed to all be girls. We'll see what that happens. So I have lost a handful here and there. That just happens, so I don't know what my exact numbers are. And those the ones down there I got at Murray McMurray. Then up here, are you all hiding? Yeah. These are the golden penciled Hamburgs and the white and true blues. They're shy. Are you all being shy? They're being shy. So I've got roughly 50 to 60 in each of these. And then over here, well, I just happened to go to Tractor Supply because I need some hydraulic oil for my skid steer. And Tractor Supply has baby chicks. And the black ones are barred rocks. Well, I'm talking to Jen and Wiley all the time, and I know that Wiley likes barred rocks. So I sent Wiley a message saying, dude, they got barred rocks at Tractor Supply. And yeah, so I got 15 of these barred rocks, and then the other ones, the brown ones, those are called Cinnamon Queens. They're a hybrid, high production brown egg layer. But I figure if I'm raising, 15, I might as well raise 22. And there were only 7 of those Cinnamon Queens left. So, and the Cinnamon Queen, these are all pullets. These are all supposed to be pullets. Jen and Wiley being off grid, you know, they can't afford to be running heat plates all the time. So I offered to go ahead and get them and raise them for a few weeks till they're feathered out and they don't need the heat plate. And then Jen and Wiley can have them. This one was empty because, you know, you always got to plan for the future. Speaking of the future, you know, I still want to build a hatchery, and I will have some brooder cabinets, you know, in the hatchery, because you can, you know, I won't be raising 200 baby chicks all the time. Typically, I'll have smaller batches. But yeah, for now, this is a great setup until they're feathered out and they no longer need the heat. And I've got this heat lamp to add extra heat overnight. But yeah, they are all doing well, healthy, happy, chirping, running around, doing everything baby chicks do. Very soon, they will be flying out of those water troughs. So, yeah, you basically got 10 days, maybe 2 weeks until they're flying out. So I either got to build some lids for those or I need to go with step 2. And yeah, what's this mess going on over here? Once upon a time, I had one of those shed in a boxes here. We set that up when we were running the electricity to this. So I do have electricity. It runs underground over to there. So I do have electricity out here. And the plan for this shed in a box was to, you know, once they're feathered out and they don't need as much heat, that I would then move them into a larger brooder inside that shed in a box. Well, the shed in the box did not last through the winter storm. The first couple inches that came down, I got it all off of there. But then, you know, you got to sleep at some point, and it started coming down, you know, ice. And so that was the end of the shed in a box. So Hunter came over here and helped me tear it apart. Now, what I plan on doing is I've got 10 of these hoop coops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one over here, and I'll grab another one from somewhere. I'm going to put 2 hoop coops right there, and they will serve the same purpose as the shed in a box. So, you know, put the 2 hoop coops there. They'll have tarps. I can run one of those heat lamps out here if it's necessary. And then, you know, for the first 2 weeks, they can be in the small brooders. Then they can move out here to a hoop coop until they're old enough to where they can then go into the regular flocks. So, you know, the couple weeks in the metal shed, you know, maybe another month here. So at 6 weeks old, they're big enough. You know, when they're small, they can get through that fencing. But once they're about a month and a half old, that electric netting there will keep them in. So that's the plan, is to move these guys out here hopefully this week. I need some help with that, so I'm waiting on some helpers. And it'd also be nice to have that skid steer, because like we've got these mounts here. When I was out here playing around, none of this area is smooth. So people keep telling me, oh, you need a lawnmower. Well, you can't lawn mow when you've got dips going up and down all over the place, because this was not smoothed out. So that's what those lumps are, is my attempt to learn how to do that. But yeah, I need to move these out of the way. I need to smooth it. Anyway, so, and I got a weed whack, and so, all right, yeah. A little bit of work still needs to be done, but I'm going to move 2 of the hoop coops here, and this will be their second stage of development before they go out into their own flocks. I got the metal poles and extra water line hose out of the way. So now it's ready for the next step. There are some of the stakes, anchors that I need to get up, but what I should do is, if I had a skid steer, yeah, I just need to get in here and level this out. And there are a bunch of trees growing back, that it would be nice if I get in here with the skid steer with the stump bucket like this one. That's just a ragweed. That'll just snap off. Well, it should. But this one is some type of a tree. So I need to get in here with that stump bucket and just dig out. There's another tree. And then all these raspberry, blackberry, thorny vines. Like right here. Yep. If I get in here with that stump bucket, I can get the roots and all, so they're not constantly growing back. So yeah, if I had a skid steer, I would be out here with the stump bucket, getting all these little tree roots out, and then I would come back with the regular bucket and smooth all this out. Doesn't have to be perfect, right, Bob? Doesn't have to be perfect, just level enough for a couple of the hoop coops to raise baby chicks in. And yeah, I also want to put an outlet on the outside here. You can see where the electric goes in, and I want to put I've got a box in there and everything. But yeah, I want to put an electric outlet there so I can run electric out to these hoop coops and for a heat lamp or a heat plate. In case it does, we're not out of the woods yet. We might have some freezing temperatures. Last freeze date is usually beginning or middle of April. So if they're out here and they're still young, being able to run the electric out here is what I'll need. But this is step 2, and on the way I got some hay to get out of the way. But yeah, I need to get in here with the stump bucket and then the regular bucket, smooth all this out, and get it ready for a couple hoop coops. Good enough for somebody who's doesn't know what he's doing. I gotta call it a day anyway. Now, yeah, I can. I'm just putting 2 hoop coops there. I can rake it a little bit more level, throw down some straw, be good to go. But I need, yeah, I still need to learn how to level out land with a skid steer. It's better than it was, but not good enough. That's how you learn. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. Take it easy.